Last video we were down in Bethel and seeing the Woodstock. Then we cruised on up into the Catskills and we were cruising around. And this video we are headed up into the Adirondacks. So let's go.
Alright guys, this is kind of what moments like this is kind of like what's gets me, it reminds me of Into the Wild. This is up in the Adirondacks, and we've got some biodegradable soap. The water's actually very decent. It's just the rocks are a little slippery. Hopefully we don't slip on our ass, but we've needed a shower for like so long. Holy crap, I'm like filthy. I can't even hardly stand myself. So I'm gonna kind of wash up. God, that feels just amazingly good. So we are gonna shower up here. Try and get the stink off. I think I found a really good camp spot actually on the river here, a ways back, so we may utilize that tonight. I don't know. God, it feels so good to get some. Man, it just feels so good to get some. There was a deep pool out here. Try not to stir up too many of the particulates in the water. GoPro back in the case before it slips off the rock, and then there goes the GoPro 4. $400 down the shitter. So I'm going to put it in its case before I sign off. We'll give you one more little view here. I hate to piss around and end up dropping it. So I came in here to get a beer, and I didn't know what the heck this was. I didn't know if it was a private club or what, but the bar is down there, and it was actually a pretty cool bar. But this is got a lot of history to it, I guess. Guy had developed this back in the, I don't know, he was a hunter and a trapper and all kinds of cool stuff. Imagine this porch is quite old. Nick Stoner Inn. He was a trapper and a hunter and all those things back in the day, and so he was kind of a legend. And he had started the Stoner Inn, and then the golf course and all that. So anyway, we're gonna go down here. We were talking with a local, and there's supposed to be a cool old abandoned amusement park that was big back in the 60s, so we're gonna check that out. In the 60s, 70s, this was the awesome place. I guess this was quite the place for all the locals and stuff to come to, and it was an amusement park, and they had dances that went on and took place in here. And you can see it's all kind of I would love to frickin' go in and look at this place and check all this stuff out. This stuff is so awesome. Look at that. I'll bet this was awesome. Well, there's a little game in there. I mean, this stuff would be so cool to check out. I just love this kind of stuff. So, and I don't know, maybe there was dances over here. There was probably lifeguards, and you can see the small Ferris wheel, the leftover pieces of the Ferris wheel. I guess there's a carousel over here. Yeah, it might be over in this building. So I don't even know if we're supposed to be in here, but it didn't say anything about no trespassing. So, and I think if they probably knew that I was just, you know, wanting to get some footage or something for YouTube or whatever, they'd be pretty cool about it. I don't think people are too crazy around here when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, this is an old carousel in here, so we're gonna take a look at this. But I mean, you can imagine in the day that this stuff was, you know, just quite the place. Yeah, look at this. The thing of it is that stuff could all be sold probably for darn good money. I mean, that stuff is vintage, and it's so old. It's an old carousel. I imagine they had you know, just all kinds of stuff here for games and whatnot. So, man, I could imagine here, you know, having a dance at night, you know, on the lake here. Just to kind of say, the Adirondacks is awesome. If anybody is thinking of ever coming up here with their motorcycle, or just coming up here and driving around, you know, definitely I highly advise it. What little bit I've seen of the Adirondacks is truly beautiful. I mean, all these lakes and the rivers and streams, it's just really awesome. So anyway, very cool, very cool. I'm going to jump on here and try and, there's a gas station luckily here, so I've been trying to keep my tank full so I know I've got range and I'm not worried about whatever. I think I've got a cool place to camp tonight. We'll play it by ear, I don't know. But anyway, look at some of these old pictures here. There's Roy Rogers, and it looks like the Little Rascals in there. I think that's Roy Rogers, or I'm not very good. Maybe somebody knows that the cowboy one there. Roy Rogers. I forget all the. My dad would know, but I don't know them all. So just a lot of cool old vintage stuff here, you know. Just really cool. I would love to explore this place. But look at all this old vintage stuff. Vintage old chairs and stuff. Something else. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A little dairy barn here. Which maybe this isn't that old. I don't know. But I imagine it could still date back. Yeah, with all the louvers and stuff, it probably dates back quite a ways. All right, guys. Let's go. I'm going to go get some fuel, a little bit of gas, top off the tank, and run my road 112 across back over to 30. See if I can find another better boondocking place. Peace. So last night we stopped at another little place where the carnival was, the old carnival, and got to talking with these folks. And they were sailors, and they spend the winters down in Florida. And long story short, we ended up sticking around. They ended up with getting a bunch of food, and I sat and ate with them. And they have 10 acres here, and I'll show you. They have 10 acres here that they're going to make a stone house here, and that was my home last night. So they offered to, and we sat in there and kind of shot the bull a little bit later in the evening or whatever. So they offered me to stay here for the night, which was cool. They got 10 acres and turned out pretty good, except this guy is really big into, oh, I know this is going to sound really bizarre. They're big into Sasquatch. And they actually had the filming company come here because they have gotten footprints here and a handprint of supposedly a Sasquatch. And yeah, I know, but they had me pretty freaked out last night that there was going to be a Sasquatch encounter. And I'll tell you, about 4:30 this morning, I'm not gonna lie, I heard something that I don't know what it was. But here's some the castings here and here. So like I said, this guy is really into this thing, and they have, I guess the filming company might be coming here again because they've had so much reported activity around here. And I know it sounds goofy. I'm totally with you, but it was a little hard going to sleep last night. And like I said, when I heard that scream or whatever the hell it was at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, I pulled my head over the sleeping bag, and I just hoped, Harry and the Hendersons, he wasn't going to show up and tap on the door and want coffee. So it was pretty bizarre. But this worked out good. I'm out of here today. I think I'm going to spend one more. They asked me, they said I could come back and stay again tonight, but I'm going to try and get out of here. Just because I've kind of got my plan, all the stone and stuff. They've been trying to gather all this stone up. Like I said, he's going to try and build a stone house, I guess. So, all right. I don't know. Maybe we'll still run into Sasquatch this morning. I'm making some coffee right now. Maybe he'll show up for a cup. Anyway, peace out.